This is the Dealer Playbook, session number 42. Let's do it.
You're dialed in to the Dealer Playbook podcast, where it's all about winning auto dealer strategies that deliver proven results. And now your hosts, Robert Weissman and Michael Cirillo.
Hey, welcome everybody to the Dealer Playbook podcast. I am Robert Weissman. I'm flying solo today. Michael Cirillo was unable to make it. He was tied up taking care of some other things, so shout out to Michael. But this is the Dealer Playbook podcast. This is where every week we sit down and we're interviewing the movers and shakers in automotive, outside of automotive, that are making it happen and that can help you make it happen in your business within the automotive industry. Today, I am super pumped up for our session today. Today, our guest on our conversation today is with an expert that I have been learning from for probably about 3, maybe even 4 years now on video creation and video marketing. Today, we have the video marketing expert himself, James Wedmore, on today. If you're not familiar with James has been, in the video marketing, niche, you could say, for some years now, and has a lot of training courses, and he's definitely a known expert in the field and looked up to by a lot of great, successful people and looked to for help with their video strategies. So I've been learning from him for a long time. I know Michael's been into him too. I know a lot of you know who he is, but this guy has great information, so I wanted to get him on and talk about, building the video marketing strategy for your dealership. It's one thing to make the videos, and make good quality video. That's one thing, but it really comes in on what you do with those, the strategy of what you do with that content. So we're going to jump into that with James. Let's waste no time. Let's hop right in. Here we go, ladies and gents. James Wedmore. James, thank you so much, man. Welcome to the Dealer Playbook. Thanks for taking the time, bro. I appreciate it.
Robert, thanks for having me. You've got a nice voice for radio.
Oh, thanks, man. I don't know if that's a compliment or a put down, man.
No, you don't have a face for radio, which would be kind of a put down. But no, it's a good audio voice.
Thank you, man.
Good. I love it.
I've actually heard that before, man, and that definitely always makes me smile. And Michael, my partner in crime, he really is bummed that he couldn't make this one, but he's on a consulting gig in Saskatchewan today. So I don't know if they have the internet up there or what. So he's having some problems getting in, but
I won't take it personally.
All right. So James, again, man, thanks a million, guys. James is, again, as in the intro I was talking about. I mean, this dude is a master. I've learned so much from him for a long time. So James, I want to dive right in. In 2015 today. Now I know that you don't work exclusively with auto dealers or anything. You work with a bunch of different types of businesses, correct? I mean, online, offline, you do them all, right?
Some of the weirdest, strangest businesses and niches. Yeah. I mean, all over.
Gotcha. Okay. So, I mean, but there's a lot of, I guess, common traits in all of them, I would think, correct? When it comes down to.
Yeah, there are. And I think we can get into that and start to see that there definitely are commonalities. I think that's a big problem that most people make. Like if we want to talk to someone who works at a car dealership or owns one, and to say no, my business is different. This doesn't apply to me is something that can be very dangerous ground, because if we look at it from a strategy and principle point of view, there are a lot of strategies that just overlap and can work for every business.
Gotcha. Okay, so speaking of strategy, 2015, this was what I was getting at. We're talking to people in the auto industry here. In 2015, I mean, what should a dealership's, this type of businesses, video marketing strategy be more focused on? I mean, what should it look like, basically?
Yeah, This is really simple. So I almost more want to say what it shouldn't look like, because I know there might be a lot of misconceptions or objections for some people listening to the call. I remember when I first got started doing this and teaching YouTube years ago, I would talk to real estate agents and they would laugh about YouTube. They say, why would I waste my time on YouTube? Isn't that where like 13-year-old girls go to watch Justin Bieber videos? And as yes, that's true, but they're not the only ones on there. And as the world's third largest website and the second largest search engine in the world, it's something to definitely pay attention to. So here's your strategy. First and foremost, it's not about being funny. It's not about having cute kid or cat videos and trying to go viral or upload as many videos as you can or anything like that. I'm on Google right now in front of my computer, and I just typed in used cars in Newport Beach. Now, I live down in Laguna Beach. Newport Beach is the next town over. We only have like one car dealership in Laguna, so I'd go to Newport to go look at a car. And when I type that into Google, I find the first two results on Google are both videos. Okay. And a lot of times, that's going to be a YouTube video. So Google owns YouTube, and Google makes a lot of money from YouTube's ad revenue. So that's the whole secret here, is that Google wants to put as many YouTube videos inside their search result pages as possible. And most people don't do this. Most local businesses especially don't do this. So when you start making videos that get found for the ideal search terms or the search terms that your ideal customer is searching for, it's a whole nother way for people to discover you and not your competitor. So one term would be used cars in your city or your county or your state. And believe it or not, you can make simple YouTube videos, and we'll talk about what those videos should look like in a moment. But the overall strategy is getting those videos uploaded to YouTube and getting them ranked on the first page of Google. So that's it. So that when someone who is looking for a car, like if I typed in used cars in Newport Beach, what do you think my level of my desire and my like actual I don't know what the word is, but
where you're at in the funnel, basically the buy.
Yeah, like what's the chance, the probability that I'm going to be buying a car soon in the next 30 days?
No, yeah, absolutely. And another thing I like about people are quick to do like the 2015 Honda Accord, review, and they'll do a video on that. But what I like about this one is this is one you do one time and it's relevant. It just sits there. It's done and it's relevant.
If forever. I told everybody on this call to sit there and say, make a video, a 30-second to a minute video about every car on your lot or every model, every make and model, you would roll your eyes and say, who is going to do that? And how much is that going to cost us? That the time to film, edit, write scripts, put pictures together, upload that on YouTube, and then automate that or rank it, optimize it, all that stuff is like 3 people full-time for like a month or 2. That's a lot of work. And so let's just say, what if you could just make one video that's a 30 to 45 second quote unquote commercial that instead of paying your local cable company for a 30-second spot, you're uploading it to YouTube for free. And with the little tricks that we can show you here today on this call, get that found on the first page of Google, usually relatively quickly as well. Mm-hmm. And that's as simple as a strategy can be.
Oh, no, definitely. I like that one. And again, it sits up there and it stays there it's relevant for years and years and years and years to come. A lot of times those make and model videos, they're there and then they're not. They have no real relevancy at the time and time and place.
You can guess that for the next 5 years, people are going to probably go to Google and type in used cars in blank blank city, but yeah, they're not going to type in necessarily 2015 Honda Civic 1 year from now.
Yeah.
So you're right. There is a more permanence to this strategy, and it's a lot easier to get started and really simple. So does that, Robert, does that clarify like the big picture of what it is we can do here? Mm-hmm. Good, because this is an easy win for everybody. This is something you could literally do in an afternoon. So where do you want to go from here?
So so we've got our idea, our strategy. So what's the next move? Somebody's gonna, that's on this right now. They're gonna do this when they get off of here. All right. So break it down.
So the first step and the absolute most crucial step, and it is the step that most people get wrong. So it'll be the most boring step, by the way. But what we want to spend the most time here is identifying what it is that your ideal customer is actually searching for. So when I used to do my work with real estate agents, and I just use it as an example because they're also a local, geographically centric business. So if I'm a realtor in Newport Beach and someone in Georgia is typing in homes for sale, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter if I show up for them or not, because the chances are they're not looking for a home in Newport Beach. They're looking for a home in Georgia. Same with a car dealership. So first and foremost, our terms should have a geographical indicator in the keyword. So using your city, the surrounding cities, the county. If it's a small enough state, you can use the state as well. So that's a great example of used cars in Newport Beach, or luxury cars, Newport Beach, or Hondas for sale, Laguna Beach. I don't know specifically. You can really play around with these, but I would start with your city, and then something that you think people are searching for, like cars for sale in Newport Beach. Used cars for sale in Newport Beach. Yeah. And
if you're a Honda store, if you sell Hondas in Newport Beach, whatever, right?
Yeah, exactly. Or Honda dealership or Honda dealer in Newport Beach. I mean, these are people that are just look at the search behavior behind it. That's what we have to do. This first step is about getting inside the head and the shoes and the laptop of your ideal customer, the person who is there to buy a car. And what is it that they would type in? What is it that they're searching for? And let's make sure that you show up there when they do search that. So I make a list of as many possibilities as I can. Used cars, car dealership, specific car model for sale, whatever. And I make my list, and then a lot of times I just pick one. I pick the one that is like, what's the money keyword? What's the search phrase that I think is going to bring me the most audience? There's a whole, we could spend a whole hour looking at like metrics and search volume and stuff like that, but I'm going to lose a lot of people on this call if we try and do that. So you kind of want to go with, okay, well, what's the big Mac Daddy keyword that if you could only choose one to rank for, what would that be? And it might be cars for sale in Orange County. Okay, great. So that's your keyword. That's step one, is just identify what people are searching for. The second step is to make a video. And a lot of what I teach would not apply here, because a lot of people, what I teach most people is to do how-to videos. And for a car dealership, you're not really doing that. You're actually more making what I like to call a business review video. So let's look at it from the customer standpoint, the ideal customer. I type in cars for sale, Orange County, and I find a video. I would click on that video, and it would simply be, an attractive voice, male or female, saying, "Welcome to Tustin Auto Center in Tustin, California, the premier auto dealership to all the residents of Southern California. We offer a wide array of car selections. We have this, we have benefit, results, examples, testimonial, awards, experience, things that make us unique, etc." Just like if you were to make a commercial, just like if I said, hey, go write a script for a 30-second commercial for local television. And then obviously the last part of the video is just a call to action to say, come visit us now. If you mention our video when you come in, you can offer them something. I don't know what it is, but something that's some sort of direct incentive to get them to take action, whether it's to call for an appointment, to come in today and mention the video, etc. That's going to be huge. Now, one more thing to point out. If you guys think you need a huge production team to do this, if you think you need something fancy, you really don't. This whole video could be done with iMovie, which is the standard editing software on a Mac, and a couple of photos. So what we've literally had people do before is grab the photos off of their website, put them into a photo collage slideshow, and then do a voiceover. And you just read into a standard microphone, welcome to, Tustin Auto Center, which is our local dealership in Tustin. So if they're watching this, hey guys, I have bought cars there before. And it can be as simple as that. So step number one is identify what you want to rank for, what keyword phrases. Step number two is make a 30 to 40 second video, not a 2-minute video, not a 5-minute video, and definitely not a 20-minute video, but a 30 to 40 second video with a call to action. So those are the first two steps. How we doing, Robert?
You're doing good, brother. You're doing good. So I got all right. So let me ask you this. So even though, okay, you said, as I know, you teach a lot of, and you teach how to make how-to videos mostly, right? Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying this is more like a business review video, and I get it's more of a commercial, but I mean, is that still, I mean, that's the starting point, but do you think there's, these customers still getting, clocked left and right all over the place with people with commercials? Is there a more creative approach to that than another commercial?
That's a great question. And the answer is always going to be yes. But in my experience of teaching things like YouTube for 7 years now, there's a lot of resistance that especially small, like local businesses are going to have to say, no, YouTube's not right for us. It's not worth my time. And so where I like to start with them, especially if that's what people are saying on this call, is to say, listen, you guys get the power of search engine ranking, of SEO, of getting your website found at the top of Google. Well, a video it's been determined, there's been studies done on this, that a YouTube video can get ranked up to 50 times easier than your website can. So the first and foremost thing we want to do is say, what if instead of trying to, if you have a $2,000 a month SEO expert that comes in and do all that stuff, why not just try and rank a video really quickly? And then absolutely, once you start to see results from that, like that's going to start getting our people in the auto industry more excited about the possibilities of YouTube. So if you are at a car dealership, you could make videos about saying, what's the difference between this car and that car, or how to choose what to do when you go on a test drive, or, stuff that adds free value, educates or indoctrinates your ideal customers so they're educated and informed. There's a great example. I can't remember his name right now, but he used to sell like artificial pools or something like that, like above ground pools or something, or a certain type of pool that was very unique type of pool. And so all he did was create a bunch of content on the internet that answered everybody's question about these type of pools, like the benefits, the pros, the cons, how much does it cost, how long does it take to get them installed, what size property do you need to have the right size pool. And his sales went up because of that, simply because he was seen first as a trusted authority and not as just a salesman or a business owner trying to make more sales. And that's what ultimately, like these small 30-second commercials is like the short-term strategy to let's get you some new leads and new business right now. But if you really want to go 100% with YouTube, the result is transforming you from the stigmatism that people have of the used car salesman, which is like a dirty word that people use to describe like people. And that's just a bummer that has that, to transform that ugly stigmatism and stereotype to just an authority that educates and informs, and therefore builds a more powerful relationship with their audience, a relationship where there is trust and rapport there. And that's the only reason I'm here today. That's the only reason Robert even knows me, and he even wanted me to come onto his podcast, because I've just been sitting here making videos, teaching and informing and helping people for years now. And now I'm just perceived as a trusted authority. And it's through that giving, it's through that how-to, it's through that value that you deliver that you can create that transformation. Oh, and that can absolutely happen with anyone in the auto industry, in any industry.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, we're not talking a 50, even $1,000 investment here. We're talking most people's second largest purchase of their life. Some people, let's face it, today, probably maybe even the biggest purchase that they ever make in their life. So it's, it's nice to have. I like that angle of it. But I see where you're coming from. Just get them in, get them started, show them that get their beak wet a little bit. Show them that it can work,
Totally.
and then you go for you talk about the long game, right? All right, so
Totally,
that was keyword research. Then you did the execution of the video, created the video. So that was 3 steps. What else you have?
Upload and optimize to YouTube. So uploading a video to YouTube is really easy as long as you have an account. Like, it's literally like press a button, the upload button, and start uploading the video. And if you couldn't figure that out, that's what ironically YouTube is for, is to show you how to do that. where strategy comes, you can literally type in how do I upload a YouTube video and you're going to find an answer. Where the strategy comes in is in making sure that we get your video ranked. Like, that's the end goal. That's when you know that you've done the job. And that's getting the video found at the top of YouTube and the top of Google. So in order to do that, simply put, you need to tell YouTube what you want it to rank for. And so if our keyword phrase, our search term phrase is cars for sale in Orange County, that would become the title of our video. We'd put that in the description of our video, and even the tags, which you'll discover what those are. Those are just, you're allowed to add little keyword phrases that describe your video. So you're basically, every which way you possibly can, you're telling YouTube what your video is about. And if you use your keyword phrase that you want to rank for, it's going to give you a much greater chance of doing that. And the reason why that's really easy. Like, making my title and description with my keyword phrase in that, cars for sale Orange County, is something that takes about 17 seconds of work. So that's really good, that it's really easy. Now, if it's a targeted term that has low competition, if there's no other dealers in your city that are listening to this podcast and jumping on doing this, chances are you can rank rather easily. The only time that this becomes a little bit more difficult
is when other people with the same video the video there already. Gotcha.
Exactly. And then we need to have a little bit of a different conversation, because at the end of the day, we have to ask the question, okay, what does Google and YouTube look at in order to determine who gets those top spots? And there's a couple of things. The number one thing is relevancy. Now, relevancy means put your keywords in your stuff. So we already told you to do that. But if you're still not ranking, the next thing that they're looking for is something that I personally call channel authority. So here's what I mean by that. If anybody listening to this call right now is a car dealership in Orange County, and they decide to upload a video, their very first video to YouTube today, called Cars for Sale Orange County, and I did the same thing and did the uploaded one with the same title and the same tags and the same description, I have a 99% guarantee that I am going to get that top spot and you're not. And that's because I have more authority. I've been making videos longer. I've been uploading. I have more subscribers, making videos,
more
publishing
likes,
videos, more
shares,
views.
Yeah, so they know you're packing a punch. You're keeping it real,
But so this discourages some people, but it really shouldn't, because 9 times out of 10, there's just no one else doing this and no one doing it right. So they've maybe uploaded one video and walked away. And so YouTube is this beautiful thing. If I could just get people to get this one concept, then it just makes me so happy, because this is what most people don't get about YouTube. They love things like Facebook because they see it as instant gratification. They see it as like, oh, I just upload a photo of our newest car, or I submit a post with a link to our website. Oh, that was easy. It took 2 seconds. But people are seeing less and less engagement on their Facebook fan pages. They're seeing that, there's complaining that news feeds are just so full of just so much stuff that people are distracted, all that stuff. YouTube is like the exact opposite. YouTube, you see very little results in the beginning, but it grows and compounds upon itself. So I want to just give an example of that in action. Last year, I kind of took a break from YouTube and only uploaded like a handful of videos. Yet last year alone, I did 1.6 million views on my channel, which, to put that in perspective, is half the total views I've made in like 4 years. So the year I didn't upload any videos accounts for half of my total views that I've had in 4 or 5 years of uploading videos. Now, how is that possible? It's because there is just an exponential growth factor that over time, the longer your videos sit there, the more views they start to get, the more comments, the more interaction, the more YouTube will push them up to the top and help you grow. And that to me is the biggest thing about YouTube, because I want to do something. I don't know about anybody else, but I want to do something today that's going to pay off for years. And that's what I did. I invested in my time into YouTube years ago, and it paid off down the road. And that's what we want to do with everything ultimately.
Yeah. So was that your strategy going in? This is kind of a question I'm asking, to do that and chill out for like a year. I know it's not like you weren't doing anything. You're working on a lot of other projects, but did you kind of have that in mind? Like bank away the X amount of videos, get them live, and then let them start to work for you?
Honestly, no. Well, yes and no. I didn't ever want to take time off from YouTube. What happened, just to be transparent,
I know it.
was my videographer, the guy who I was filming with every week, and we were making magic together. He moved. He was actually only out here for a year with his wife on a green card status or visa, and their visa expired and they moved back to the UK, and I lost him. And it was like going through a breakup where you didn't want to get back out there and date
the guy from like the ScreenFlow courses and stuff like that too. That guy. Oh yeah. Man, dude, that's a hurt piece, ain't it?
Yeah, so we still talk all the time, but it's like being in a long distance relationship, because it can't just come out here, and do a $900 plane ticket just to film a video for a weekend. Yeah, so
no doubt, man.
It's been hard to like go out and look for a new film crew, but we finally did, and now we have a whole new set of videos coming out this year, which I'm excited about.
All right, so upload and optimize. We got that. Okay, so real quick, in their descriptions or anything in the tags when they're doing that, like, I think some people sometimes think that they like, what's the right recipe for tags in there? How many do you need to put in? Do you just put, if you were doing this used cars for sale in Orange County, what kind of tags do you think you would hit in there?
My first tag would be, and for anyone who's not uploaded a video, this will make sense as soon as you go to upload your first video. So just come back to this episode as you're uploading it. My first tag would be the keyword used cars in Orange County. And then I'd put maybe 2 or 3 other tags that are similar, like Orange County car dealership, used, maybe the name of the dealership, and then like one other keyword. So I don't try and go crazy. I don't want to add 50 tags with, every variation of everything possible. I don't really see that makes a huge difference. I just want to choose, what are the topics that this video is about? It's about used cars in Orange County. It's about a car dealership in Orange County. It's about Tuttle Click Orange County, the name of the dealership, and then like one more. So I don't really go overboard with that, because I don't think that's the biggest factor in ranking. I think title and description are definitely bigger. Even naming your channel, one of your keywords is going to help, and all that little stuff. Yes. So, and I put inside the description, I put the keyword twice in there. So like, a lot of people don't even write a description. That's one of the biggest mistakes you could do. Take the time and just say, in this video, you're going to learn about the benefits of working at the Orange County dealership, or whatever your keyword is, called blah, blah, blah. And, you're just, at the simplest sense, you're telling YouTube, hey, this is what I want to be ranked for. So I'm going to use this keyword phrase. And that's about as simple as I can make it. Now, at that point, you kind of just be patient and walk away and check on it. Sometimes we've had videos rank in a minute, and we've had other videos that take 2 weeks. And then I've had videos that take 3 to 5 months. So now, of course, the videos that take 3 to 5 months are for big terms like how to make a video. That on YouTube is going to be a lot of competition. So
what is the other than once they put it up on YouTube? I mean, what else, James, can they should they be doing with that video? I mean, if it's relevant, of course, embedded on the website, obviously. But I mean, like, what else should they or could they be doing?
Yeah, that's a really good question. If you're using any other social media outlets, I look at social media as a way to share my YouTube content. So I use YouTube as the place for my platform, as a place for me to share my message. And if I make a video today on called how to rank a video on the first page of Google, I want to make sure that everybody I know sees that video. So I share it on Facebook, my Facebook fan page. I'll even run Facebook ads to it. I'll make a blog post out of it. I'll tweet it. I'll Google Plus it, all that good stuff, so that as many people as possible can see it. If you have an email list, it's also an opportunity to send it out to them. What that will do, Robert, is if you can get this I call the social surge. If you can get a lot of people to see your video at once, that will help get the video ranked even faster. Because YouTube, it's very simple when you understand what YouTube's up to. YouTube has ads all over their site. So they make money when they get as many people on YouTube as possible. So the way they get as many people on YouTube as possible is making sure they have the best content for the most relevant people. So if YouTube sees that your video is getting a lot of views because you're sharing it with your fans and your subscribers and whoever follows you, they're going to sit there and say, okay, there's something about this video that people are interested in. Let's make sure more people see it. And that's how I was able to do 1.6 million views with old videos, because people were curious about them. People, they saw them, it got ranked, and then YouTube's like, let's show it to more people. And more people are like, what is this? And I built a new audience, and a whole new group of people that had never heard of me started discovering me. And now we get over 200,000 views a month without uploading a single video. So it does pay off.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, and you're definitely the type, as we were talking a little bit before we started recording, that you are, you believe that there's too much emphasis on like the video, meaning like the quality, what tools to use, etc. When in fact, like it's all about it's all in the strategy mostly, right?
I have seen like award-winning videos on YouTube or anywhere on the internet, and they don't do anything. And I know if you're in the auto industry, it's all about the bottom line. It's about sales, numbers, conversions, getting people in the door. And if that's not the primary focus with your videos, then you're going to give up on this really fast. And so if you spend the next week learning how to film with the fanciest camera, and then learning how to be an awesome editor, and like taking classes at your local community college, you're going to just be burnt out and so over this really fast. But if you just had a simple message using if anyone here has a son or daughter who's over the age of probably 8 or 9, they know how to use a Mac laptop, they know how to use iMovie, and they can make the video better than we can. And that is a true fact right there. And it's going to look really nice and simple. Now, if you have the budget and you're really committed to this, you can also hire an actual film crew as well. But here's the thing, this is the big note that we have to put next to this, the big disclaimer is that, and trust me, I've just been doing this for too long, film crews, videographers, people that can make beautiful footage, they don't know the strategy that we just laid out.
They don't know what to do with the footage.
They won't know how to storyboard it properly. They don't know how to write compelling copy that gets your audience engaged and gets them to take action. They just know how to make pretty looking shots. And we have made videos, Robert, where it was very pretty, fancy footage and all these things. And then we've compared that to videos where it's just like really good copy, but nothing fancy, like getting people's attention. And the attention getting copy, the words, the phrases, the language we use, 9 times out of 10, if not 10 times out of 10, always beats out the flashy, fancy, film looking, Oscar winning stuff any day. So always lean on, yeah, absolutely. And how you communicate that content is key. Like, is it worth it for them to watch the video? Is it relevant to them? Are you keeping their intention high? And are you telling them what to do? And, sitting there if anyone's in charge of this now, and like, if your boss said, all right, hey, I need you to go make this commercial, go watch Robert's podcast and listen to this kid talk about YouTube stuff. And you're like, well, I don't know what to say in the video. I'm totally confused. Go watch a few commercials for a couple hours, just watch TV and start taking notes on some of the commercials. Every commercial for usually a local business, if they're good, of course, if they've been on air for a while, they're telling you what to do. Like, come stop by or come in. And if you give them a compelling enough reason to do that, they're way more likely to do so.
Yep. Awesome. All right. Before I wrap it up, one more quick thing I wanted to ask you, because I was looking at your channel and I think I saw that you might have recently done this to a lot of your videos. And I think maybe you talked about it in one of like the group webinars or something a few months back, where how important is people that have YouTube videos up now, have a channel now, they've been doing a little something with it, whatever, maybe not everything's not ranking where they want it to, etc. How much of an impact have you seen by going back in and re-optimizing these videos, meaning adjusting the description, adjusting the title, etc., adding thumbnails to older videos? How often do you do that, first off, and have you seen good response out of it?
Yeah, we have, if the video isn't ranking. So that's a really important thing. If I don't know the exact number of videos I have. Let's say I have 200. It's a little bit more than 200 that are live on YouTube. We have software that tells us how many of those videos are ranking. So about 75% of those videos are in the top 3 spots. That's good. That's really nice. Now, ideally I'd like 100, but that's just going to be a challenge. But what I do is I look at the 25% of videos that are not getting ranked, that are not getting found, and I test and try everything. So yes, as Robert is mentioning, I've gone in and slightly changed the description, added to the description, or slightly changed the title, or upload a new thumbnail and wait a little bit and see if that does anything. I also go, well, maybe if I give it a little boost by sharing it with my audience, get more views to it, maybe that'll help. So it's definitely, that's like a down the line strategy of like, well, let's come back to these videos. Let's make a couple videos for our business, come back in a month, and see, did they get ranked?
Oh yeah, and
if not,
go back in. I was bringing it up for anybody also that they might have been getting busy on YouTube for a little while, but didn't see results they wanted, so they go back into some of their older stuff. But yeah, I was just wondering for myself as well.
I know there's someone on this call, Robert, that's saying, yeah, we did YouTube, it doesn't work. And if I were to go to their channel, the first thing I would tell them is to say, yeah, because your videos are called, Honda Dealers of Orange Video 1, Honda Dealers of Orange Video 2, or new car for sale, and they're not optimized for the keyword phrases that your audience is searching.
How important? This is the last thing, man. Then I'm gonna let you roll. I promise. How important is like the proper optimization of the channel itself, meaning that you're using all the right the art properly, the playlists, like all of that.
The video is, to me, is still the number one thing, because it's the video that's going to get ranked, not the channel, 9 times out of 10. But yes, the beauty of it is you only need to optimize your channel once. You go in there, you name your channel, you can put a little description in there and set all that type of stuff up, brand it with your images and stuff like that, and then you're done. So it's still very important, and I wouldn't neglect it. So people that do have a channel, I would go in and name the channel, write the description based off of the main keywords that you're searching for. So if I type in, my channel's called James Wedmore. So when I type in James Wedmore, the thing that shows up number 1 is not a video, it's my channel. And, I'm okay with that. I don't need to, I'm more of a personal brand. So I'm not trying to rank my channel for things like, video marketing necessarily. But yeah, that's ranked number 1 because that's the name of my channel. So it absolutely has an impact.
Gotcha. All right. Well, James, man, again, I thought this was very interesting, but maybe I'm biased, who knows? And there probably is, you're right. Anybody out there saying that YouTube didn't work, well, dive back into it and follow some of the stuff that James talked about today. James, if they want to get more, which I'm sure they will, where do they hook up with you at?
The best way is to come on over, hang out at my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/James Wedmore, or you can just search my name, James Wedmore, because not only will my videos fill in a lot of the gaps and the questions that you're having, but I just do what I teach. I practice what I preach. So everything's like that's how I'm ranking it. That's, you can look at my titles, you can look at my thumbnails, and they're all great examples of what you can follow. And that's the best way to learn, is just look at actual examples of what's working.
Awesome. So we'll link to that for everybody in the show notes. James, anything else, brother? Good.
That's it. The only thing I say is don't give up on YouTube. Don't be discouraged by it. Don't write it off, because it's a huge player, and it's been hugely beneficial to different businesses, not just my type of business, but local businesses and just random businesses in every type of industry and niche. You wouldn't even believe it.
I mean, it's something that everybody should be taking serious, correct? No matter what kind of business that they're in or they think they're in.
If your ideal customer is searching Google for you or for information about your product, then yes.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's pretty much at most businesses then. And more so this one, the auto industry, than any. I mean, you're talking 80%, 90% of our customer base is searching the web before they're buying a car. So it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, absolutely.
James, you're the man. Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you, Robert.
Yep. Boom. And just like that, that was, again, James Wedmore. I hope everybody enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed speaking and hooking up with James. Again, I've been a student of his for a long time, so I strongly encourage checking him out at jameswedmore.com. The links will be in the show notes to his YouTube channel, as he mentioned. I'll link to his social profiles and stuff. And check out some of the guys. Got some great free information on there. He also has some premium stuff that might be worth checking out. Also, get all the links, everything from this episode at the dealerplaybook.com/42. Again, that's dealerplaybook.com/42. We're out of here till next week. Everybody, have a great one.